Hello, I'm Kurt from the Enerpac Academy, and today we'll be showing you how to cut chain with Enerpac's ECCE-Series chain cutters. This series consists of two sizes, the Ecc E26 and the Ecc E32. We'll be showing you how and when to use each one of these tools. Both of these tools are available as 120 and 230 volts. For our demonstration today, we'll be using the 120 volt versions. And to start things off, we'll demonstrate our Ecc E26. The Ecc E26 is capable of cutting up to 1/2 inch or 12 millimeter grade 100 chain. It can cut up to 1 full inch or 26 millimeter grade 80 chain. The tool features an internal hydraulic circuit which drives a piston which is attached to a moving blade. This moving blade drives the chain toward a second fixed blade and makes the cut. Both of these tools are capable of cutting chains that are 12 millimeters or about 1/2 inch or less in one pass. Chains that are larger than this should be cut in 2 passes. Each tool comes standard with 1 moving blade and 2 fixed blades. The slightly longer A blade is used for cutting chains up to just under 1/2 inch or 12 millimeters. The slightly shorter B blade is used for cutting chains that are 1/2 inch or larger or 13 millimeters and larger. The cut is made in the head of the tool behind a transparent protective guard. A valve on the side of the tool must be closed for the blade to be driven forward and open for the blade to retract. For our first demonstration today, we'll be cutting 3/8 chain. To do that, we're going to need to use our A fixed blade. Right now our B blade is installed, so I'm going to take my 10 millimeter metric hex bit socket and remove that bolt on the end of the tool to release the B blade and install the A blade. Now I simply replace the bolt and tighten it up. And I'm now ready to proceed with my cut. Now that we've installed our longer A blade, we're ready to make our first cut. The first thing that I'll check is to make sure that our moving blade is fully retracted into the home position. You'll notice that I've opened the valve here and the moving blade is fully retracted. So now I take the 3/8 chain and I positioned it between the fixed and the moving blades perpendicular to the piston. You'll note that I've got it positioned in such a way that only one link will be cut at a time. Now I close the guard, I close the valve, and I pull the trigger. Now I open the valve, and you'll notice that the blade is once again fully retracted, and that's it, we've made our cut. The Ecc E32 is similar to the Ecc E26, but it's larger, it's more powerful, and it's double acting. This tool is capable of cutting chain up to 3/4 inch or 19 millimeter grade 100 or 1.25 inch or 32 millimeter grade 70. Like its smaller counterpart, the Ecc E32 also comes with 1 moving and 2 fixed blades, the A blade and the B blade. The A blade with this tool is used for cutting chains that are under 1 inch or 24 millimeters or less. The B blade is used for cutting chains that are 1 inch or 25 millimeters and up. The cutting process with the Ecc E32 is similar to the smaller 26 with a couple of differences. Because this tool is double acting, the piston is actuated by positioning the directional lever on the side of the tool and then pulling the trigger. To demonstrate this tool, we'll cut the same 3/8 chain that we cut earlier. With the tool plugged in and the guard open, we'll position the chain between the blades. Note that the chain is positioned perpendicular to the piston and that it's positioned so that only one link can be cut at a time. Now I'm going to close the guard until it clicks shut. With the guard clicked shut, I'm going to position the directional lever forward and we'll cut our chain. Now we'll position the directional lever backwards, pull our trigger once again, and the blade is retracted. Note that the tool will function whether the guard is open or closed. Now we'll use the same tool to cut a 3/4 inch 19 millimeter grade 100 chain. Note that because of the size and the grade of this chain, we're going to have to make 2 passes. So first we'll position the chain to make our first cut. We close our guard, position the directional lever forward, and pull the trigger. Now we flip the chain over and make our second pass. Now our chain is cut, our blade is retracted, and we're ready to make the next cut. In order to be able to cut the full range of chains possible with these tools, you'll occasionally need to be able to exchange the fixed blades. To do this, you're going to need a 10 millimeter hex bit socket for the Ecc E26, and you'll need a 12 millimeter hex bit socket for the Ecc E32. The blades are very durable and may last thousands of cuts depending on the application. This life can be extended by cutting 1/2 a length at a time, especially when cutting harder chains like grade 100. Please don't attempt to cut grade 120 chain, as this may damage both the blade and the tool itself. Like any hydraulic tool, the ECCE-Series chain cutters will heat up with use. This may happen if 120 cuts or more are made non-stop. If you notice the tool becoming very hot during use, allow the tool to cool down before further use. This will help prevent damage and extend the life of the tool. So which chain cutter do you need for your job? The smaller Ecc E26 is great for medium-duty applications like load securement and transportation chain. Because of the small size of the tool and the low weight, it's also ideal for applications that require more mobility. The Ecc E32 is larger, more powerful, and double-acting, and it's ideal for those applications where larger, heavier-duty, higher-grade chains are used, like in overhead lifting. Because of the size and the weight of the tool, however, it's best for those applications that don't require a lot of mobility. This concludes our ECCE-Series chain cutter instructional video. For more information, please consult your operator's manual or contact Enerpac.